Are you tired? Not just tired from work, not just tired from a long week. I mean that deep kind of tired. The kind where you wake up in the morning and your body already feels heavy. The kind where you forget things more easily than before. The kind where you look in the mirror and think, when did this happen? If you feel that way, you are not alone. Millions of people feel this every single day. And most of them believe the same thing. They believe that this is just what getting older feels like. They believe that after a certain age, the body starts to break down, the mind starts to slow down, and there is nothing you can do about it. But that belief wrong. Science tells us something very different. Science tells us that aging is not only about the years you have lived, it is about the choices you make every single day. Your body is not a machine with a fixed end date. It is a living system that responds to what you eat, how you sleep, how you move, and how you think. You don't have to age fast. You have a choice. This is a lesson for English learners who want more than words. It is for your body, your brain, and the long life ahead of you. Today, I am going to share 7 things that science says you can start doing right now to change the way your body ages. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. There are people in this world who are 60, 70, even 80 years old, and they wake up with more energy than most people half their age. They have sharp minds. They have strong bodies. They laugh easily and sleep deeply. And when you study their lives, you find something surprising. Their secret is not expensive medicine. It is not a special pill or a secret treatment. It is their habits. It is the small decisions they make every single morning. You can make those decisions too. But first, I need you to understand something important. The way most people think about aging is the problem. And until you change that thinking, nothing else will work. So let's begin. If this kind of lesson speaks to you, if you want more content that changes the way you think about your health and your life, hit that subscribe button right now. There is a lot more coming. Now, let's talk about how to stop the clock. Lesson 1. Here's the truth. Most people think aging is something that happens to them, like rain, like the seasons changing, something outside of their control. They think that at 40, the body starts to slow. At 50, the joints start to hurt. At 60, the mind starts to fade. And they accept this. They stop fighting. They stop trying. They tell themselves, this is just life. But science has found something that changes everything. Inside every cell in your body, there are tiny structures called telomeres. Think of them like the small plastic tips at the end of a shoelace. They protect your DNA. They protect your cells. And every time your cells divide, those telomeres get a little shorter. When they get too short, the cell stops working well. This is one of the main reasons we age. Here is what most people never hear. The speed at which your telomeres shorten is not fixed. It is not the same for everyone. It changes based on how you live. Chronic stress shortens them faster. Poor sleep shortens them faster. Processed food shortens them faster. But regular movement, deep sleep, and a calm mind can protect them. Some research even suggests that certain habits can help your body maintain telomere lengths much longer than expected. Your lifestyle talks to your DNA every single day. There was a man named Brian Johnson. He was a tech entrepreneur who sold his company for hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he did something that shocked the world. He took that money and spent it trying to reverse his own biological age. He built a team of doctors and scientists. He tracked every number in his body. He changed his sleep. He changed his food. He changed his mindset. And the results showed that many markers in his body were decades younger than his real age. Now you don't need millions of dollars to do what he did. Most of what he discovered points back to the same simple habits that scientists have been studying for years. the habits we are going to talk about today. A passive mind says, "This is just what getting old feels like." An active mind says, "I can change this, starting today." That shift, that single change in how you see aging, is where everything begins. Because if you believe you have no control, you will make no changes. And if you make no changes, the years will pass and your body will follow the path of least resistance. But if you believe even a little that your choices matter, that what you eat and how you sleep and how you move actually changes your biology, then you will start to pay attention. You will start to act, and your body will respond. The science is clear. Aging is not only destiny, it is also behavior. So the question is not how old you are. The question is what you are going to do with the time and the body you have right now. Let's keep going. Lesson 2. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up feeling truly rested? Not just okay, not just functional, but actually refreshed, clear-headed, and ready. For many people, that feeling is a distant memory. They survive on 5 or 6 hours. They drink coffee to stay awake. They tell themselves they are fine. They are not fine. Sleep is not rest time. Sleep is repair time. While you are sleeping, your body is working harder than you think. It is fixing damaged cells. It is clearing waste from your brain. It is balancing your hormones. It is rebuilding your muscles. It is doing all the things it cannot do while you are busy living your day. Scientists call one of these processes autophagy. It is a big word with a simple meaning. It means your body cleans itself from the inside. Old broken parts of cells get removed. New healthy parts replace them. Think of it like a cleaning crew that comes in every night and sweeps the floor. But here's the thing. That cleaning crew needs time. It needs deep, uninterrupted sleep to do its job properly. When you cut your sleep short, you are sending the cleaning crew home early, and the mess stays. There is also something called your circadian rhythm. Your body runs on a 24-hour clock. It knows when to be awake, it knows when to sleep, it knows when to release certain hormones. When you ignore that clock, when you sleep at different times every night or stay up too late too often, your body gets confused, and a confused body ages faster. Here is a simple picture. Imagine 2 people, same age, same job, same city. One sleeps 5 hours a night, one sleeps 8. 10 years later, the first person looks visibly older. Their skin is duller, their memory is slower, their energy is lower. The second person still looks sharp, still feels strong, still thinks clearly. Same 10 years, very different bodies. Bad sleep ages your skin. Bad sleep ages your brain. Bad sleep ages your heart. This is not an opinion. This is what the research shows again and again. So what can you do? 3 things. First, protect 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. Not as a luxury, as a biological requirement. Second, go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body loves consistency. It thrives on rhythm. Third, stop using your phone and your screen at least 1 hour before bed. The light from screens tells your brain it is still daytime. It delays your sleep hormones. It steals your recovery time. These are small changes, but their effect on your biology is enormous. You don't have to age fast. You have a choice. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to stop treating sleep like something you do when everything else is finished. Sleep is not what is left at the end of the day. Sleep is the foundation that makes the rest of the day possible. Protect it. Now let's talk about something else your body desperately needs. Something most people know they should do, but very few do consistently. Lesson 3. Let me make this simple. Your body was not designed to sit still. It was designed to move, to walk, to carry, to climb, to push and pull and reach. For most of human history, movement was not something people had to think about. It was just life. But today, millions of people sit for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. They sit at work. They sit in the car. They sit at home in the evening. And their bodies are paying a very high price for it. Here is something that might surprise you. Movement is one of the most powerful signals you can send to your body that it still needs to be strong. When you move regularly, your body responds. It builds more muscle. It strengthens your bones. It improves blood flow to your brain. It reduces inflammation. It tells your cells, we are still needed here. Stay sharp. Stay ready. When you stop moving, your body gets a different message. It starts to let things go. Muscle fades, bones weaken, the brain gets less blood, energy drops, and the years begin to show faster than they should. Think about David Goggins, a man who grew up with nothing, no easy start, no perfect body, no special advantages. But at 48 years old, his physical condition puts most 25-year-olds to shame. People ask him what his secret is, and his answer is always the same. He did not win because of his genes. He won because of his habits. Because he moved his body every single day, even when he did not want to. Especially when he did not want to. 99% of people wait for motivation to move. 1% move and find motivation after. That is the difference. That one shift in thinking changes everything. Now, I am not telling you to run ultra marathons. I am not telling you to spend 2 hours in a gym every day. The research on longevity does not ask for extremes. It asks for consistency. If you walk every day, if you lift something heavy 2 or 3 times a week, if you stretch your body each morning before the day begins, your cells will age differently. Your brain will stay sharper. Your energy will stay higher. Your body will stay stronger for far longer than you think possible. 3 things. Walk for 30 minutes every day. It does not have to be fast. Just move. Add some form of resistance training twice a week. Lift weights, use your body weight, carry heavy bags upstairs. It does not matter. Just give your muscles a reason to stay. And every morning spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching. Loosen your body. Wake it up gently. Tell it the day has started. Your body listens to what you do, not what you plan to do, not what you mean to do, what you actually do. Start moving and keep moving. Because the next lesson is about something you do 3 times a day, every day of your life. And most people are doing it in a way that quietly accelerates their aging without even knowing it. Lesson 4. 3 times a day, every day, you make a decision that either slows down your aging or speeds it up. What you put in your body matters more than most people want to hear. Not because food is medicine in a poetic sense, but because food is literally the raw material your cells use to rebuild themselves. Every single day, your body is replacing old cells with new ones. And the quality of those new cells depends directly on what you feed them. Here is a concept that scientists call chronic inflammation. Think of it like a slow fire burning inside your body. A little inflammation is normal. It is how your body heals injuries and fights infection. But when that fire never goes out, when it burns low and constant for years, it damages your blood vessels, your brain, your joints, your organs. It is one of the main drivers of heart disease, memory loss, joint pain, and accelerated aging. And what keeps that fire burning? Processed food. Ultra-processed food. The kind that comes in a package with a list of ingredients you cannot pronounce. The kind that is designed in a laboratory to make you eat more and feel less satisfied. Sugar. Refined oils. Artificial colors and flavors. These things do not just make you gain weight, they feed the fire inside your body day after day after day. Stay with me. Now look at the people who live the longest on Earth. Scientists have studied communities around the world where people regularly live past 100 years old. In Okinawa, Japan. In Sardinia, Italy. In small towns in Costa Rica. These people are not on expensive diets. They are not taking handfuls of supplements. They eat simple, real food. Vegetables, legumes, whole grains, fish, olive oil, fruit. Food that comes from the ground. Food that looks like what it is. And they eat it in reasonable amounts, often with family, slowly, with enjoyment. One more thing these communities share. They do not eat all day long. Their eating has a natural window. They eat during daylight hours and let their body rest at night. This is what scientists now call time-restricted eating. When you give your body a break from food for 12 to 16 hours, something powerful happens. The same autophagy process we talked about in the sleep lesson gets activated again. Your body uses that quiet time to clean itself, repair itself, and prepare for the next day. A tired body reaches for sugar. A wise body reaches for water and real food. You do not need a perfect diet. You do not need to count every calorie or follow a complicated plan. Start with 3 simple changes. First, cut the ultra-processed food. Not all at once if that feels too hard. Start with 1 meal, then 2, then 3. Second, add more plants to every plate. More vegetables, more legumes, more fruit. Real food that your great-grandmother would have recognized. Third, try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you sleep. Give your body time to rest and clean. You don't have to age fast. You have a choice. And every time you sit down to eat, that choice is right in front of you. The next lesson is one that most people overlook completely. They fix their sleep, they start moving, they eat better, and then they go back to their stressful, anxious, fast-moving lives. And quietly, without even noticing, they undo much of the good they have done. Lesson 5. Think about the life of a modern person. They wake up and immediately check their phone. Bad news, difficult emails, social media full of things that make them feel behind, anxious, not enough. They rush to work. They sit in traffic. They deal with problems all day. They come home tired, but their mind is still running, still thinking, still worrying. They fall asleep stressed and wake up the same way. And they do this every day. Week after week, month after month, year after year. This is not just exhausting, this is biologically destructive. When your body feels stress, it releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is useful in short bursts. It helps you react quickly to danger. It sharpens your focus when you need it most. But your body was never designed to live in a constant state of stress. When cortisol stays high day after day, something serious begins to happen inside your cells. Remember those telomeres we talked about in Lesson 1, the tiny caps that protect your DNA? Chronic stress shortens them, faster than almost anything else. Scientists have studied people who live under long-term stress and found that their cells look significantly older than their real age. Their biological clock runs faster. Not because of their diet, not because of poor sleep alone, but because of unmanaged, unrelenting stress. Hear me on this. Stress shrinks your brain. Stress breaks your sleep. Stress speeds up your aging. These are not small effects. They are deep biological changes that accumulate over years. And the terrifying thing is that most people have normalized this level of stress. They think it is just life. They think everyone feels this way. They have forgotten what it feels like to be calm. Marcus Aurelius was one of the most powerful men in the ancient world. He led armies. He governed an empire. He faced wars, disease, and loss. And yet he wrote this: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He understood something that modern science now confirms. The events of your life are often outside your control, but your response to those events is not. And that response, practiced every day, shapes your biology. A weak response to stress says, "I cannot control this, so I cannot be calm." A strong response says, "I cannot control what happens, but I can control how I meet it." So what does that look like in practice? 3 simple habits that cost nothing. First, spend 10 minutes every day breathing slowly and deliberately. Sit quietly. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 6. Do this in the morning before your day starts. Second, limit your exposure to news and social media. You do not need to know everything happening in the world every hour. Choose 1 time per day to check, then close it. Third, practice saying no to the extra commitment, to the unnecessary obligation, to the thing that adds stress but subtracts life. Your nervous system needs rest as much as your muscles do. Calm is not weakness. Calm is a skill. And like every skill in this lesson, it gets stronger the more you practice it. Lesson 6. There is a lesson that the longest living people on earth teach us, and it has nothing to do with food or exercise or sleep. It is quieter than that. Softer. And yet scientists say it may be one of the most powerful forces in human longevity. It is connection. Research on aging has found something that surprised even the scientists who studied it. Loneliness is as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. People who feel chronically isolated have higher levels of inflammation, weaker immune systems, shorter telomeres, and significantly higher rates of early death. Not because they are weaker people, but because human beings are not built to be alone. We are social creatures at the deepest biological level. And when that need goes unmet, the body pays the price. Now think about this. There was a woman named Margaret. She worked hard her whole life. She raised a family. She had a career she was proud of. And at 65, she retired. She thought she would finally relax, finally rest, finally have time for herself. And at first, it felt good. But slowly, without noticing, she stopped going out. She stopped calling friends. She stopped having reasons to get up early, or dress well, or engage with the world. Within 3 years, her health had declined more than in the previous 20. Her doctor could not find a single medical cause, but those who knew her understood. She had lost her sense of connection. She had lost her purpose. This is more common than most people realize. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the places in the world with the highest concentration of people over 100 years old, there is a tradition called moai. A moai is a small group of friends who commit to each other for life. They share money when someone is struggling. They share food. They share problems. They show up. And that sense of belonging, of being known and needed by others, turns out to be deeply protective for the body and the mind. The Okinawans also have a concept called ikigai. It means your reason for waking up in the morning, your purpose, the thing that makes you feel that today matters. Scientists have found that people with a strong sense of ikigai live measurably longer and healthier lives. Purpose is not just a nice idea. It activates the same pathways in your brain as physical exercise. It keeps your mind engaged, your body motivated, your spirit alive. It's not about having many friends. It's about having real ones. It's about being someone who shows up. So today, after this lesson, do one thing. Call someone you have not spoken to in a while. Not a text, a call. Hear their voice. Let them hear yours. And if you have been feeling like your days lack meaning, ask yourself one question. What is the thing that when I do it, I forget to check the time? Find more of that. Build more of that. Protect more of that. Because a life with purpose ages differently. A life with connection ages differently. And that is not poetry. That is biology. Lesson 7. Listen carefully. There is one organ in your body that determines everything else. How you think, how you feel, how you respond to the world around you, how young or how old you feel on the inside. That organ is your brain, and most people are slowly letting it age without even realizing it. Here is something that most people find hard to believe. Your brain is not fixed. It does not stop growing after a certain age. Scientists have discovered that the brain has the ability to form new connections at any point in life. New pathways, new circuits, new ways of thinking and solving and creating. They call this neuroplasticity. And it means that your brain can build new roads at any age. But only if you give it a reason to. The problem is that most people stop giving their brain new reasons. They watch the same shows. They think the same thoughts. They go to the same places. They have the same conversations, day after day, year after year. And the brain, like a muscle that is never challenged, begins to weaken. The pathways that are not used start to fade. The connections that are not strengthened begin to break. A consumer brain watches the same thing and thinks the same thoughts and goes the same places. A builder brain reads something new, learns something hard, and goes somewhere unfamiliar. That is the difference between a mind that ages and a mind that grows. If you learn a new skill this year, if you read a book from a subject you have never tried before, if you have one conversation each week that genuinely challenges the way you think, your brain will grow. Your memory will stay sharper. Your focus will stay stronger. Your mind will stay younger than your years. You don't have to age fast. You have a choice. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to keep being a student. Not in a classroom, in life, every day. Now let's bring everything together. You have 7 lessons today. 7 things that science says will change the way your body and your mind age. Let me say them one more time. 1. Change your mindset. Aging is not only destiny, it is also behavior. Your choices talk to your DNA every single day. 2. Protect your sleep. 7 to 9 hours, same time every night, no screens before bed. Let your body clean and repair itself. 3. Keep moving. Walk every day. Lift something heavy twice a week. Stretch every morning. Give your body a reason to stay strong. 4. Eat real food. Cut the processed. Add more plants. Eat within a natural window. Feed the new cells your body is building right now. 5. Manage your stress. Breathe slowly every day. Limit the noise. Say no more often. Your nervous system needs rest too. 6. Stay connected. Call the people you love. Find your ikigai. Be part of something bigger than yourself. Loneliness ages you. Purpose protects you. 7. Keep learning. Read, try, explore. Challenge your mind every single week. A brain that keeps growing is a brain that stays young. These are not complicated things. They do not require money or special equipment or perfect conditions. They require a decision made today, and then again tomorrow, and the day after that. You don't have to age fast. You have a choice. Which of these 7 lessons hit you the hardest? Which one do you know deep down that you need to work on the most? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one. And your answer might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If this lesson spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it, a parent, a friend, someone who is feeling tired and old before their time. Sometimes one video, one idea, one moment of clarity changes everything. Subscribe if you have not already. There is more coming, more lessons, more stories, more science that will change the way you see yourself and your life. Keep listening, keep growing, and keep living well. See you in the next one.